Today, guys, we're going to be continuing our unit on factoring with leading coefficients. And this is when the first term in our trinomial, our x squared term, okay, has a coefficient that is bigger than 1. So far this unit, we've only been factoring trinomials with a 1x squared. Today, we're going to be looking at situations where that might be different and when that coefficient is going to be bigger than 1. Okay? So look at your first example on your notes. Okay? 4x squared plus 12x plus 5. The first thing that we need to do, okay, and we're just going to be using a guess and check method today, is we're going to look at our signs of our trinomial, and they're both positive. And we know from our last set of notes that means that both of the signs inside of our factors are going to be positive. Okay. So let's talk about the factors of 4. The factors of 4 are 4 and 1 and 2 and 2. And the factors of 5, okay, are 5 and 1, and that's it. They're both prime numbers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a column for all of the coefficient in front of our x squared, okay, which we're going to plug in the factors of 4, okay, and then we're going to make a column for our constant value, or our c value, okay, which are going to be the factors of 5. Okay, we're going to multiply these two columns together. So let's just pick one of the factors of 4, which we'll pick 4 and 1. Okay, and we're going to multiply those by the factors of 5. Okay, so when we do this, 4 times 5 is 20, and 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, now we're going to add those together. Okay, when we add those together, we get 21. But what we're looking for here is we want this number, when we add these together, to be the same as our middle term, which would be 12, okay? Which is not the case. So we need to try a new set of numbers. Okay? So this time, let's try 2 and 2. And again, 5 and 1. That's all we can go with on our factors of 5. Okay? So now, 2 times 5 is 10, and 2 times 1 is 2. When we add these together, we get 12, and 12 is what we're looking for in our middle coefficient. Okay, so these are the correct factors. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put an x next to our x factors, okay? And we're going to put the numbers diagonal from each other into our parentheses. So 2x plus 1 is going to go into our first term, into our first binomial, okay? And 2x plus 5 is going to go into our second binomial. Okay, and the reason we do this is that when we FOIL this out and when we check our work, this is what will give us the correct terms that we're looking for. Okay, if we just read across, they won't multiply correctly. Okay, so let's FOIL this out. 2x times 2x is 4x squared. And 2x times 5 is 10x. 1 times 2x is 2x. And 1 times 5 is 5. Okay? When we combine our like terms of our middle values, we get 4x squared plus 12x plus 5. Okay? Which is our original trinomial. So I know that 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 5 are my factors of 4x squared plus 12x plus 5. Look at your second example. Okay? First of all, I'm going to look at my signs. When I've got 3x squared plus x minus 4. Okay? When my last term is negative, okay, that means that one of my signs is going to be positive and one is going to be negative inside of my binomial factors. Okay? And because my middle sign is positive, my larger number is going to need to be positive. Okay? So let's talk about the factors of 3. The factors of 3 are 3 and 1, and that's it. Okay? The factors of 4, and more specifically the factors of negative 4, okay, are going to be a negative 4, a negative 2 times 2, a negative 1 times a positive 4 will also give us a negative 1. Okay? So now we're going to create our columns for our x squared terms, okay? So that could, and our factors of our negative 4, okay? So the factors of 3x squared are going to be 3 and 1, okay? And the factors of negative 4, let's pick one, and we'll just start with negative 1 and a positive 4. Okay? Now we're going to multiply these together. 3 times negative 1 is a negative 3.